You know what I'm saying? I just want to get on here real quick, like, and chop it up with you guys. Hope all is well. I've just been seeing a lot of things. You still got the witchcraft BS stuff going on. You still got a lot of people don't really understand a lot of different things that's been going on, as well as understanding who they are and why they're here and how you can get way much more than what you've actually been getting. And just, it's a lot to talk about, but I'm just going to point out a couple of things that I may chit chat about today, and then also there will be an extension of that chit chat. One of the things is we got to talk about energy harvesting. We have to talk about energy vampiring. We have to talk about what it takes to break generation curses. We also have to talk about our intuition. We also have to talk about how to recharge your energy when your energy is depleted, how to protect your energy, how you have to, another thing, how to cut people off. That's one of the most challenging things, is to cut people off, people that you truly care about. They don't care nothing about you. Because in all actuality, when it come down to the come down, when you really need them, the people are not going to be there. Matter of fact, you'll find some of them same people that you care about going to be talking about you, either towards you, crazy, things that's come out their mouth that they can't take back, or they'll be talking about you behind your back. And you'll have a hunch about it, and then you may have find some people that will come and tell you about those individuals talking about you. But, you know, we got this new trend where the elders say that they are the chosen. There's no elder chosen nothing. We're gonna fix that right now. That narrative is false. I get you want to be a part of the movement. Now the young people have stepped in and went through a lot of everything. Homelessness. We've been through many different types of betrayal. We also been through um, being rejected, not receiving our inheritance, our abundance, um, dream snatching, blocking our gifts, attacking our ancestors. We have people who hate on us because we love the Most High, or we speak about the Most High. People see that we're different, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are getting into spirituality, or has gotten into spirituality over a few years now. I've been doing this thing for a long time, since a kid, and then it really spicing up for me when there was a young lady that was way older than me that I ended up messing around with, on some intercourse type stuff, and she was the first of me acknowledging that witchcraft was real, and voodoo and hoodoo. You got all different type of stuff, Santeria. Uh, the thing about it is not the titles is the problem. The problem is the people, the person who has ill intentions. You have some of the people that's in these different. These are cults, but cults also just not only on a spiritual level. When we work these jobs or and stuff like that, these things are cults as well, because these people pay their money so that people would spend money with them. I know a lot of people didn't know that. Did y'all know that all the businesses out here, just about 90 some percent, I would say 90, we'll leave 10 available. We can even lower it. We can go 80 and leave 20. That the 20% that don't know, but at least 80% of the businesses out here go to some tarot reader or some type of babalawa or some type of cult to actually see where they at in business, where their life is at. They love life, and um, readings is not a problem. The problem is you don't know what the person gonna do as far as trusting them. It's like any other situation. You take a risk every day. You take risks to keep trusting the same people. So I don't want people to get into fear because I said, well, the cultist is, you can't trust them. I mean, it's just a risk that you're taking. Like I said, you're trusting people every day that you grew up with or you begin to know. So it's the same risk. It doesn't matter who you meet. You're gonna find out the easy way, the hard way. Sometimes we can detect. If we're paying close enough attention, we most definitely can detect. But sometimes when we're not paying attention, it allows us to actually go through a lesson. But that's not knocking anybody because I've met some people who do the craft. I got nets running all, it's summertime, as y'all can see, spring, whatever. So these things come out that did good by me, and then there were some that didn't do good by me. If I knew some of the stuff that I'm learning now, this is some new stuff for me. And the crazy part, if I'd have kept studying, I would have probably reached the mark of already knowing. But if you get people do spells to stop you from studying and create a lot of distractions, those type of things can actually happen. Now, a person, welcome to broadcast. I know a lot of y'all are new here, and some of you guys are not. But what I can tell you, what I bring to the table when you do come here, is you get to learn a lot of stuff that you may not believe in, a lot of things that you never heard of. These are factual facts. This is the truth teller. You know what I'm saying? This is not make believe and oh man, he said this, but it ain't true. Nah, you're not gonna get none of that from over here. And shouts out to the Divine Feminines that, doing their thing on YouTube as well. They keeping it solid. They dropping some gems, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just getting started. Y'all ain't seen nothing. I'm just waiting on the Most High. I'm fire. I promise you I am. I'm fire. I make you feel it all. And what you feeling is the Most High running through my body. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear a lot of me giving praise and talking about the Most High because the Most High who would shake shit. He the one make shit happen. Man don't make nothing happen. Man wanna be God, but they'll never be God. They can't even say the lies. And the Most High has put it in their hand, whether it's your finances, any type of security, any type of stability, any type of positive thinking. It's right there in their hand. And they refuse to allow people to have that because they tell you what you can and can't do. But anyway, moving forward, I just said I want to get on here and drop a few things that we will be talking about. You'll catch that in the beginning of the conversation. Some of the things that people are not aware of, and we want to break those things down. We also want to be in a place where we can prepare ourselves. Now, we got people. I think there's a limit, between 17 to 20. I don't see a lot of people from 17 to 20. I want to say 22, 23, it can be 24. This platform is for them. You know why it's for them? Because I'm gonna tell you why, and you can go tell them, because I'm sure I know plenty. The reason why this platform is for them because in a matter of time, because time is moving fast, even though there's no existence of time, they're gonna need this wisdom to understand their journey, not only now, but the journey to come, because a lot of them are already dipping and dabbing already and already going the wrong route, for one. For two, a lot of them don't even know what's going on. So what I'm saying to say is this opportunity and this platform give you the opportunity, for one, to have divine protection, two, to have divine wisdom, three, divine knowledge, four, actually knowing how to navigate your life. Now, people feel like based on whatever their opinion is, based on if it's looks or based on what somebody's saying, that they can't help them. See, this is the thing that remind me of Moses, when Moses was trying to help the people. Oh, Moses, God don't talk to you. Go talk to God on the mountain, blah, 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 right? And so then after that, right, Moses left. He was gone for, I think, 2 weeks or maybe a month, and the people decided to start praising other things. I think it's obvious that people who praise everything else different besides the Most High show people in the public what things seem to be, but behind the scenes it's way worse. So you know how we know? Man, I've been using Diddy name for example, but he be the first one because right now he's going through the worst things ever in his life, for the simple fact he publicly showed people what people thought his life was about. And it was about that, but people publicly didn't know behind the scene in the privacy what the life was about when he didn't serve the Most High. So do you want to be a Diddy? We ain't talking about dating the same sex. The devil do convince people to actually date the same sex, and people trying to figure that out. But people also convince themselves too, because they traumatized and they hurt, and they feel like that's the better route to take, based on that they would get a better outcome. But there's proven facts that people don't get the better outcome for those who haven't. And then there are those who still in the relationship go through the same thing you go through with any type of relationship. People don't heal. People don't go within. They don't do the shadow work. People latch on, hang on to old things that they've experienced, and they pick up bad habits from things they hear and see from others and the ones that they create within themselves. So that's a whole problem by itself. So a lot of time, this is what some of the things that I mentioned as well as now. This is what make people jealous of the collective. This is what make people jealous of average people, and this what make people jealous and envious of the chosen beings such as myself and those who are out here have took the time to do shadow work, and we have to continuously do it. We're not exempt from anything. There's things that people try to trigger in us, or there's triggers that actually happen. Then we have to go back and actually say, hey, okay, woosah, you know what I mean? And woosah can not necessarily that you're about to get in an altercation or fight, but you're fighting yourself anyway. The first person you want to improve is yourself. A lot of people out here want to control other people, but people can't control themselves. So, you find some women looking at a man like, I'm not going to listen to you. But, it is what it is. Now, are you asking me to Are you asking me to answer the question, or are you demanding me to answer the question? Because I'm actually doing the broadcast. I'm not actually, not intentionally not looking at the chat, but I know that taking time out to read the chat would throw me off. But I do know there's a space for anyone, especially when the broadcast is actually over with, to ask any questions they would like to ask, and so forth, so on. So yeah, and then like I like the little crazy stuff being in the chat. The stuff would be like funny to me because people are weird and they don't know themselves, and people say anything that doesn't match anything that they're saying. What I mean by that is you have to have confirmation, factual facts, and people just like to be the center of attention. That lack in self-esteem and so forth. So on. We talk about that on here too, as well. We talk about all the stuff that people want to ignore. So this is not the broadcast for you if you the type of person that like to ignore things, because there's things on here that I'm gonna say that's gonna trigger you, and you're gonna blame me, but the blame is you because I'm not you, and it's you, and you are dealing with you, and I'm not dealing with you, as well as anyone else around you. So nobody can fix you but you. God can't fix nobody, and Jesus can't fix nobody because people don't want to fix themselves. A lot of people, guardian angels, have walked away from them because they have chosen the wrong path. They choose to be disobedient. They choose to be stubborn and egotistic and arrogant, and nobody can tell me nothing, and I know it all, and look what I got. If you think this world was ever based on materialistic thing, you got another bullseye coming, because if that was the case, then no, you would never see anyone fade away in the physical form, aka avatar. Like, people really be really stuck to this materialistic or this physical realm, this 3D realm, instead of going to that 5D realm. You know what I'm saying? And people get left behind. You know what I'm saying? It's like a movie. You're watching a movie and you get an opportunity in the movie, or you see the opportunity in the movie, and the guy's like, nah, man, I'm good. You see people lose their career, whether it's basketball, football, or a job opportunity, or a way to escape from being killed, or they end up selling drugs or something like that in the movie, and they end up being paralyzed, or they lose it all. I mean, you got people who gonna lose. Losers and winners are two different brackets. You feel me? Some people are not some people are not meant to be winners, and I understand that. So you're gonna get the pushback from people, and you're gonna get the hating. You're gonna get the immaturity. You're gonna get the ignorance. You're gonna get all of that. I understand all of that. I guess people may think, for those who are doing that in the chat, they people that's in the chat didn't come to see any of that, because in all actuality, they mature enough to understand that their ears must listen, and that allow their mind to actually comprehend and see what's best for them. And here you are, whatever your age is, doesn't matter, that you're showing people what type of character and personality that you have, and you have nothing else better to do. You got, like, they have over 9 point something billion streamers on the platform, and I can imagine how many streamers you actually go do this to, and then I can imagine the streamers you don't do any of this to, because you're receiving and accepting the junk that they're telling you, and the junk actually gets you set more farther back. It create more generation curses. It create more stagnant. It create more hate in your heart. It creates more envy in your heart. It creates more cussing and fussing and anger within yourself because you watch and pay attention to the wrong BS. I get it. One thing I learned, man, trying to save people is not the job. The most I let that be known. There's a lot of people, man, people who end up passing, a lot of people who end up going to jail, a lot of people end up losing everything because they just didn't want to listen. And sometimes it be just the simplest thing, the simplest change, and they just didn't want to listen. So, you know, shouts out to them. It's like, man, that sounds cruel. Man, I mean, it doesn't mean I don't care about them, but it's not up for me to care about them more than they should be able to care about themselves. That's what I learned about, and as I've been traveling this journey, that you have to care about yourself more than other people. And it's okay to be selfish in a positive way versus being angry and being selfish. It's a difference. And you can tell the difference between individuals who understand what the hell I'm talking about. But one thing for sure, some people get sent over here because they get paid to troll, and the goal is to say, well, there's a chosen seed right there. See if you can make him or her. I'm not the only one. I see people do it to the chosen females. See if you can get them to act out of character. If we was to act out of character, so what? It doesn't stop us from being a good person. The Most High still doesn't stop blessing us and showering us. I mean, you're talking about man who wants to project an image, but if we sit down at the table, especially a person like me, not knowing much about that person, I could tell you many things about that person. I can ask many questions that the Most High would show me to ask and embarrass any of them, especially celebrities, especially for those who fit the category. It's not all of them, but especially those people pay a lot of attention to. They ain't giving you nothing. Not one dime you gonna ever get from them. They ain't paying you attention. They don't even know your first, middle name, last name. They don't know if you got kids. They don't know the last job you worked, but you spend all your energy and all your money giving it to them, instead of taking that money and give it to yourself and build some type of brand or some type of empire for yourself. So, I mean, like, we can go all day with rebuttals. We can go all day about facts. We can go all day about speaking the truth. People don't care nothing about you. You could be in the crowd, hey, gorilla. She might smile at you. She might blow a kiss. She might wink. She might show you her cheeks. But you're like, oh, my God, man, she showed me her cheeks. Oh, man, I'm in love with her. Don't be like them weird ass people who start stalking the celebrities and shit like that, who never would get no play. It's crazy, man. I like to play too. You know what I'm saying? People like to play. I like to play too. But it's a lot of stuff that I've wanted to do, and before I do anything, I have to ask the Most High, because some of the stuff I want to show people that they think is not possible, if I hear the silence, that means no. If I get that go, I'm on go. And ain't nobody can stop it either. I done it in the past, so I already know it's real. I know it's real. As they say, I know it's trill. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that ain't what I came to the planet for, you know what I'm saying? And the sad part is people lack in love and they lack in receiving it. And so here I am expressing and showing love. And I understand people don't know how to reciprocate it because they're around a bunch of vultures who don't do nothing but eat. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of vultures that do nothing but eat everything that they have. Their energy, their time, their kindness, you know, their presence, their transportation, their money, you know, their children, you know what I'm saying? Their expression, the time when they're venting. So I get it. That's why I don't get so easily influenced as far as being offended by foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a little fun fact about me, this broadcast is no different from the other streams that I've streamed. You have people who come to the live, you have people who support, you have people who don't, you have people that got genuine love for you, and then you got a bunch of haters. You got more haters than you got people that love you. So I take those very few people that love me then over the haters. The haters are always gonna suffer and they're gonna just die out. And then if they got kids, they just put those curses upon them because they don't have no sense of direction, no knowledge, or no influence positively to lead that child to actually break those generation curses as well and actually bring that abundance that their ancestors already died for. Like, people are so disrespectful to their ancestors and disrespectful to who they are. And they be wondering why people don't respect them. But you see, they will force respect by the way they talk, and they'll force respect, which is still not respect, because nobody respects them. Because trust me, people mumble by firearms or participating in a group. They're like, yeah, look at me, yeah, what's up now? You know, all that foolery. Like, you can't even stand alone is what's so crazy. You can't even be alone. And listen, y'all, for some of y'all who are dealing with that, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the bullies. I'm talking about the bullies, the people who want to bully. You can't bully a wolf, nigga. You cannot bully. You talking about boring, why don't you just exempt yourself? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. It's not hard to do that, but apparently it's not no boring because you still here. You still here. This what I be talking about, clown stuff. The only thing they missing is the hat or the mask and the suit. You feel me? Now they face is the mask and the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they face is the mask. They just need the suit, you know. They don't necessarily have to be white and red, but you're saying boring, but you still here. You still here, my guy. Still here, trolling. Well, you can't troll me, man. I'm the troller. Don't get it twisted, man. Don't get it twisted. I'm the troller. I tell you what, though. I'm going to tell y'all all this. This is prophecy. In the next 10 years or less, we'll see where this person be versus where I be. We'll see what's happening. The only way he going to get is close. He going to have to